one of the other notes, and the story about yesterday that got overlooked, we mentioned it, and we mentioned it with Max as well about the college football playoff. If that happens, if that happens, if they agree, if they unanimously agree, and it starts a couple of years earlier than we thought it would, doesn't that also calm everything down about the Super 2? Doesn't that also give Oregon State, Washington State, or whoever else belief that things are going to be okay or not?
You like to think so. I mean, I think it would, but I mean, there is a school of thought, like we heard James Crepea saying, like there's no reason to think that they wouldn't also like unilaterally try to change that. But no, for just reasonable nature of making this work and not eliminating 80% of the country from being interested in the college football playoff, they need all those conferences. And look, it will make it better and more interesting to G5 teams, the fact that they have at least an outside chance to do something now, and there's a path as opposed to all the voodoo that Cincinnati apparently had to do to get there last year is not lose, and then not only not lose, but not have a game where they almost lost. Like they had to be perfect all year long to get there. So if that is taken out of the equation, that'll be better for everybody. But yeah, I think it would calm a lot of things down, but I don't think it stops the Big Ten or anybody from doing what they want to do eventually.
David M., according to the two guests you had on yesterday, everything's going to be okay. And we also mentioned the Burke Magnus conversation on Sports Business Journal, where he almost immediately said he doesn't think that's going to happen. He goes, I don't see that happening. I don't think that's going to happen. Again, what it does, and isn't that why, is realignment interesting, not because of how much teams make per year? Isn't it interesting because there is the concern that it could leave people out of the big picture? Is that why it draws so much interest?
Well, I think fear, yeah. You mean fear that your team's
fear that you're left out?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think for the fear of like, I hope it's not my team. I mean, it's happened here a couple times in Waco where they don't know what the path forward is going to be, so that they think like, well, there's a scenario where this could be a really good team that no one cares about, and that has to play in some mid-tier bowl game because that they've been left out of the mix. But yeah, so I think that's part of it. Or people want to state why they should be somewhere. Look, just look at Utah fans that we've had here saying that they should be in the SEC if they're anywhere else. I mean, those kind of things. It's the braggadocious nature of college football, and saying you deserve to be in a bigger spot than someone else is the ultimate, part of that.
All right, it's 3:57. Dr. Jerry Lynch, psychologist, author, someone that got to know Dave Aranda a long time ago when Aranda was trying to build his career to where it is now as the head coach at Baylor. He's next on Sikkim 365 Radio and also 365 Sports. DiscoverWoodway.com.